Before I start this epistle, I want to give honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKadosh. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Double honors to the elders and past apostles of Great Millstone, to the sincere brethren in Achaim that teach the likewise doctrine in truth and sincerity, to the speck-bird Hebrew Israelite foreigners that look like the heathen, that live among the heathen, and to the sincere Aquathium who listen in silence and meekness as the scriptures command them to do so. So I'm making this epistle because there were several points that were brought out by Elder Apostle Tahar that I very much wholeheartedly agree with, and it's one of the reasons why I, after listening to some of the teachings of Bishop Nathaniel, who is renowned from IUIC, or Israel United in Christ, which is a dangerous group because they don't honor the name of Yahweh. They don't honor the name of His Son Yahweh Shai. They still use the terms or the titles, I should say, of Jesus and Christ and God. They still use that. And then they say, we're not talking about white man Jesus. We're talking about Jesus is black, But in all truth and sincerity, Jesus is a made-up name of a white man, the Caesar Borgia, that whole thing, and it has further historical documentation. Well, especially with the name Christ being Christos, or coming from Serapis Christos, which is a Ptolemaic made-up god by Ptolemy the First or something like that, the pharaoh of Mitzrayim or Egypt. But yeah, that all that is falsehood. The names itself were falsehood because during the Nicene Council, I believe it was 325 AD, they decided on instead of calling the true name Yahweh Shai, they replaced that name with God, Lord, and Jesus Christ because they wanted to involve all of these pagan heathen religions and have it culminate into one religion, like a one world type of religion where everybody could do the same thing, because the Catholics, they understood that Rome was losing its power, and they still wanted to have the power of Rome and to have authority over the people. And so they decided, okay, well, this one is serving this pagan deity, that one is serving that heathen deity. You have the crystals, the Serapis crystals people, they're serving that, and you have all this Greek mythological and fables, all culminated into like a one world religion through Catholicism. And Catholicism went all over the world, all over the known world at that time, and fermented and mixed falsehood with truth, and so to cause confusion, basically, to cause confusion and to not have the people that are that this book is about and talks to wake up to the realization and the reality of what's going on and who they are, and the generations that would be succeeding. But in this one, I want to touch on. I already touched on the Motb, the mark of the beast, from the standpoint of what it looks like in the modern time, right? I did a video about that. It was about a 12-minute video. It wasn't all that long. I could go back in depth about that itself, but I want to go in depth on this because this has to do with what the scripture says about it. And a lot of what Bishop Nathaniel was saying about the mark of the beast being the denarius at that time during the time of the Acts of the Apostles, during the time of Nero, right? A coin was minted in which it said Nero Caesar is Lord or something like that, or something to that effect. And at that time, he was saying that nobody could buy or sell in Rome unless they had that coinage and use that coinage as the main means of exchange. But that really is not what Revelation 13:16 through 18 is talking about. That is not for that time. Revelation 13:16 through 18 is for these modern times, this regeneration in which we live in. So, just by definition, because if you look at it, and we're going to read it right now, it says, the highlighted portion, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600. Threescore, which a score is 20. Threescore, so 20 times 3, which is 60, and 6. So 666. Right? So that being known and the scripture being read, we'll go into the blue letter, and because I want everything to be plain as day, and you can't get no simpler than how the New Living Translation words it. It says at the 16th verse, he required everyone small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was neither the name of the beast or the number representing his name. Okay, wisdom is needed here. Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Okay, that being said, that has nothing to do with coinage, okay? Because as Bishop Nathaniel alluded to, he was saying that at the time of Nero, which is the time of the Acts of the Apostles, that a coin was minted in which it said on the coin itself, Nero Caesar is Lord, and that nobody in Rome or in the surrounding provinces could buy or sell except for they had that coin. And he's saying that that is the mark of the beast that Revelation 13 alludes to or talks about. And I would beg to differ, because if we go to, okay, let's say for instance, let's go to Matthew, I believe 22, and I think it is like the 20th verse or the 20, yeah, okay. Now this is Yahushua talking about, well, this is where the Philistines came, and not the Philistines, but the Pharisees came, and they asked Yahushua whether it was legal. Let me just read it. Now, it says at the 17th verse, now tell us what you think about this. Is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not? This is the New Living Translation. But Yahushua knew their motives. You hypocrites, he said, why are you trying to trap me? Here, show me the coin used for the tax. When they handed him a Roman coin, he asked, whose picture and title are stamped on it? Caesar's, they replied. Well then, he said, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to Yahweh what belongs to Yahweh. Okay, so that being said, Yahushua himself even bears witness through his words that this could not have been a coin. This could not have been a coin because, and here's, we just read that. He said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto what Yahweh is Yahweh's. Okay? Now we know that we are made in the image of the Most High, Yahweh, right? We are Yahweh's. We are his people. We are his creation. We belong to him. This world system and this coinage, this money, these Caesar, these coins, these denarii, that is of the world. That is not of Yahweh. It's not of Yahweh's kingdom. Moreover, the Revelations 13 could have not been talking about the time of the Acts of the Apostles and the coinage in that time, because we know that through the centuries, what has always been considered money? Gold and silver has always been considered money. So even if you did not have a denarius, if you even had gold ingots, gold bullion, silver ingots, silver bullion, or rough gold even, it would have been weighed out. It would have been weighed out using the shekel or using whatever term, the ephah, or whatever term of measurement that it would have been used, and you still would have been able to buy and sell. Even in that time, you would have been able to buy grain. You would have been able to buy whatever it is that you needed to purchase, because gold and silver has always been the means of exchange or money. It's always been considered currency. Even to this day, it is still currency. If I had $80,000 worth of gold and I wanted to go buy a $60,000 car, and I go into the dealership and I put the $60,000 down in gold, that dealership will honor that. I'm not saying that the process will be quick, because they will have to call either a numismatist, somebody that deals with coins, or somebody that, a jeweler, and that can do an accurate weight measurement and an acid test and all that, to make sure that, this is the real bona fide, this is gold, and they would take that, They would take it, whether gold or silver, because that has always been money. Now, Revelation 13 says, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? Reading from the King James Version, the KJV, says in their foreheads, or it says in a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right? This has nothing to do with a coin. That could be, because what coin have we ever used in all of world history to take a coin and put it in somebody's forehead that they may buy or exchange or sell or have any type of monetary exchange? That has never happened. That has never happened down through the centuries, even from the time of the Acts up until this day, up until now, because that technology didn't exist. All right, so he couldn't have been talking about at that time that it was a coin that said Nero is Lord or anything like that. Okay, and even if it did, if those coins did exist, that's fine, but that's not what Revelation 13 is alluding to and talking about. That has nothing to do with what Revelation is talking about. Now, we'll go into because the term here is mark, right? And we went over that. He went over that term in the video. It's the term charagma, I believe. Charagma, which is no, it's 3580. Where is it? It's okay. That's from 17. 17. By Mark. Here it is. This is in Greek. Charagma. Charagma.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Charagma. Charagma. Which means mark or marking. You know, there's never been. What I'm saying is, up until now, there's never been an engraving or a marking process in which there has been a means associated with exchange or to have the ability to buy anything up until this point. In this time that has happened, those coins that were marked or it had an inscription on it were just coins, but those coins weren't in the hand. They weren't in the forehead. He may be able to argue the coin was in the hand, but he can't argue that the coin was in the forehead because the coin wasn't in the forehead. Even if you say, okay, by saying what the scripture means, because then he'll hack it up, and he already has, what it means is when you pick up a coin, whether it be, you know, a quarter or anything, you put it in your hand, don't you? You put it in your hand, right? And you give it to the cashier or to whoever. That's what it means. That's what he's alluding to, or what he's saying that it means. But you've never taken a coin and put it up to your forehead and give it to somebody. So that is absolutely, he's 100% off. That's a lie, and he's about to get a lot of people and their souls damned if they listen to what he's talking about. So no, that is not what Revelation 13 and 16 to 18 is talking about. It's not talking about a coinage. It's not talking about a paper currency. It's not talking about any of that. It's talking about what we see in these modern times being a microchip implanted into your skin, because a coin couldn't have been implanted into your forehead or under, you know, that's ludicrous. That's stupid. So you really have to be spiritually inept and just, you know, totally not knowing the scriptures at all. You would have to be total in error to believe what Bishop Nathaniel was talking about, that it was a coin or a denarius or a denarii that was used at that time during the Acts of the Apostles or during the Roman Caesar Nero that was the mark of the beast. No. That's not. And the reason why I say that it's not, there's another reason, right? Because, look, even if they did that, right, and they had the inscription or the superscription that said Nero is Lord, right? The people at that time, we already know that gold and silver is considered money and always has been. So you didn't definitely need to have a denarius in order to buy and sell. If you had silver and gold, you still could make exchange, and it didn't necessarily have to be a minted coin or a minted denarius for you to buy or sell. So that's inaccurate. That there, he's totally off with that, So, but this thing that exists now, and I'm gonna bring it up real quick because I went over this in the last video, but for those that didn't see it, I'm just gonna bring this up real quick. It's a short FID payment. It's probably a short reel. I know there's this There's one that was up here the other day. This is the thing that I had on the other video. This is the mark of the beast in this time. This is what the mark of the beast is.
When this guy paid at the shop, he just casually tapped his hand on the scanner. The cashier was shocked when the payment went through, totally caught off guard. What they didn't realize was the guy had a tiny RFID chip implanted in his hand. It works kind of like a credit card, but with more features. The chip gets inserted with a small injection and sits right under the skin. Then you can
Okay, so it sits right under the skin, right? In the hand, just like the King James or the KJV says, a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, we know that this one doesn't show the one in the forehead, right? But if you go and you check out Neuralink, I think there was a brother that did this. I forget what his name was, but I just want to give credit to who I saw have it, right? There was a brother that had he did the, let me go to it, Gematrix, right? Let's see. Where he did the gematria. I'm going to do it right now, see if it works. See if it's the same thing. He did this, and he put in the name Neuralink, and the mark of the beast came up as the number of that. Okay, let's see if this works. This is, I haven't done this before, so Neuralink, right? Now, Neuralink, it says 45630 105. 405 630 gram. Okay, so I mean, calculate gematria. All right. So, however he did it, I don't think he used this one, because the little hats run a lot of this stuff, and they're gonna try to hide things as best they can, and anything that is done digitally can eventually be erased, hacked, or made to say or do whatever. I'm not taking away anything from what that brother had on there. I believe that the Neuralink is technology that is also the mark of the beast, or will be used to make payments and things of that nature. That's already, that's what I truly believe. Just like that RFID chip in that Edomite's hand is paying for things the same way. The same way that is the same way that payment system will be. Now, that little small grain of rice thing that's in, people already have this thing, and they're already doing it, right? But they haven't made it mandatory, right? Because whatever needs to happen to make it mandatory hasn't happened just yet, right? But eventually that's what they're moving towards. People have it. People now are voluntarily, doing it. Here's another one. People, probably same guy.
Magic.
Huh?
Magic.
Oh, magic.
This is not magic, but the future of technology. This man has an RFID chip implanted in his hand. It uses radio waves to detect tagged objects. It's inserted with the help of a syringe and sits just beneath the skin. Whether it's for making payments, opening doors, or getting into a car, this tiny chip does it all.
No. And that actually brings me back to what I was just thinking about when Yahushua said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto Yahweh's what is Yahweh's, right? Now, we know that this system that we live in is the new Rome. Babylon is, a.k.a. the new Rome. We've done, others have done teachings on these same things, right? But when Yahushua said that, he said, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, but unto what Yahweh's is Yahweh's, right? We are Yahweh's. The human being, the human body is made in the image and likeness. We are made in the image and likeness of the Most High Yahweh, right? So the very act of us trying to put something in our bodies that he did not place in our bodies to begin with is an absolute. It's heresy in the highest form. That's why this is evil. That's why it's evil, because it's heresy in the highest form. We're made in the image and likeness of the Most High Yahweh, the everlasting Father, right? And for us to take something that is an inanimate object and place in our bodies is like saying, it's like pledging our allegiance to this world system, and the way things are done in this world. And we know that this world is perishing, you know. This world is perishing and all the things that are in it. So why would you pledge your allegiance to this world and the things in this world? No. The scripture says clearly that the love of this world is enmity of Yahweh. You know, if you love this world, you can't love Yahweh. You know, either you're going to serve this world, you're going to serve money, you're going to serve mammon, or you're going to serve the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. There is no in between, and that's what the heresy is with this thing. You know, they're trying to get it to the point where it just looks like the cool thing to do. That people will, because we've been predisposed to having the newest gadget and gizmo, you know, fools standing online all night, 2 days, 3 days for the newest iPhone, you know, standing online for the newest tablet, you know, all these things that they, you know, been social engineering into us to, you know, they're going to try to make this look like the coolest thing. And the reason they do this is they want to make it seem like it's just the easier option, you know. I mean, before, you know, I mean, you see the gradualism in it that the brothers have been talking about. All this thing, it didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual process, little by little, chipping away, little by little, until something else is totally formed, you know. And we see it down through the years. I mean, the simplest explanation is, because we're talking about payment and exchange, all this, you know, really comes down to food and whether you can eat. Where have we gone so far in just in that, right? People used to be hunter-gatherers. You would hunt your food, gather your food, sow seeds for your crops. You would harvest your crops, and that's how you would feed yourself. Then the invention of the market came, and other people, you know, because of the ease of convenience, other people would be growing and hunting and doing all the slaughtering, and then you would just buy what they had, you know. Fast forward to now. Now you've gone even beyond just, you know, the grocery store experience, going into the grocery store and buying, you know, whatever you want from the grocers, you know, with all this bad, you know, mass-produced food, you know. Now we've gotten to the point where, for the sake of convenience, you don't even have to go to the grocery store. Now you can have your groceries delivered, you know, straight to your house, you know. You get it up on your phone, you purchase whatever you want, and somebody will do all the legwork for you. This is how they're going to sell this thing, this RFID chip. It's going to be, you know, even like before, right? You take, for instance, something as simple as, you know, we all travel. You know, some of us have it. I'm not saying that it is the mark of the beast, because it's not in our foreheads or in our hands, but it's the same type of gradualism they use. I remember when they first started doing the Easy Pass, right? Oh, the Easy Pass is easier. Before then, you know, everybody had to stop and, you know, take the ticket. And then when you got off at your exit on the turnpike or whatever, you know, you would have to pay the toll, right? Boom. Nowadays, you don't have to do that. Why? Because of this same type of technology, radio frequency identification, you know. Now you can just drive through the toll, it picks it up, and it does the monetary exchange digitally, you know, with your bank card or whatever that's attached to it, right? Same concept, but they're going to use this gradualism to make it seem like, oh, this is the more convenient way, this is the easiest way, this is the better way, but it's not, because it's not the natural way. None of these things that man has made in order for convenience is the natural way. It only bought. The only thing that is gone from the whole grocery store experience example that I gave, even to this with the Easy Pass thing, all it has done is made things worse. Because look, what do we have now? We have a bunch of bad, poisonous food. These companies putting a bunch of additives, polysorbate, Red 40, Blue Lake 1, Blue Lake 2, yellow this, yellow that, some stuff you can't even pronounce, I went into Wawa the other day to get a snack, and I just wanted a pretzel. I picked up the pretzel, and the pretzel had more ingredients on it other than a pretzel should just be flour, water, salt, and maybe baking soda, But you got in all these foods, it's just stuffed to the hilt with a bunch of preservatives and stuff that's geared towards killing you, little by little. But they try to play it makes it taste so good, it gives it this color and that color. And that's the way everything is now. Everything is totally corrupted, And so it makes no sense to me to go along to get along, for the sake of convenience and damn your soul, For what reason? For what reason? That's just, it's stupid, It's stupid. Those that are led by the Spirit won't do this. Those that are the elect won't do this. So those that belong to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, we know, we can see the evidence, that we can see the scriptures come into life, and we know and we understand the time that we live in. The time is at hand. We all need to make preparations, first and foremost is spiritual preparation, because if you don't have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh, it's going to be very hard to make it through the times that are coming. But I said all this to say, brothers, Akim, continue to be diligent. Don't let these charlatans and these thieves and liars and these felices of the flock take control. We know that the elect, they ain't going to be able to fool the elect. But this is the time that the Most High has always been talking about, the days being shortened for the sake of the elect. Now, we might not be right at that point, but we are to the point where we see these things coming and are here now, So I'll just say, continue to be diligent, continue to stay in the Word, continue to be washed in the Word, and continue to keep the faith, and we just our redemption draweth nigh. Adawan Ratazah, we got next, a Baba Ball, and Shalom, and I'll see you on the next one.